Nobody really has this map 100% figured out. People are still trying to figure out what to do at mid. They're still trying to figure out if they want to go for B execs or if they're going to go back to full-on A plays. And game plans seem to change at the drop of a hat.
Well, I'm all for it. Let's get weird on Vertigo. It's always a good show. Over here towards the A sites where we're going to start things off. G2 obviously on the T side. The Thieves hold the line. So far, so good. No casualties either way.
Yeah. Another move up. They're looking to take control of J-Hall. 3 CTs pushing out. Instant headshot back and forth, actually. But it looks like it's the CT. Oh, my God, JKS! The 4 headshots right off the bat. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.
Let's get that cued to the replay real quick because we need to see how a man that slick just wrecked the ramp. I mean, for a moment, it looked like G2. 3 CTs lining up like that should have been easy. Here we have it.
There's just no way to expect that. What a crazy way to start things off.
Damn, man.
Last bullet, 3 for 3, just out of ammo right after he gets the last kill. And obviously still has the sleepy eyes.
Looking to fight back with a vengeance, but here we have it. Anti-eco versus just the Glocks. Not even a bomb plant for G2 in that pistol round. That one's gonna hurt the bank account. Like a Friday night out. Azza playing back behind construction. He's gonna have Jacob try to come help him. He's not even gonna shy away from these gunfights. They've got grenades, they've got USPs, and it looks like they've locked down another round. 2-0 the start for the Aussies.
That's a nice way to begin things, that's for sure. A lot of money made there. As you can see, the amount of kills here are basically mostly in the hands of Azza. There's not going to be too many other guns upgraded. Definitely a good round here for G2 in terms of firepower. They're going to be looking quite strong. Money spent is about equivalent, but the amount of MP9s we're seeing, you'd think, okay, 100 Thieves are going to do something a bit atypical here. Maybe go for some early aggression because they've got to make it a bit closer to G2 before they can win trades. Oh, what a spam from Jax! That is just wonderful.
Man, I was thinking to myself, like, this could be a great grenade, and suddenly Jax takes control of the situation. That'll wake you up.
Amazing.
I feel like Azza's never going to throw that grenade for the rest of the half.
He's never going to stand there again, that's for sure, unless he spams back. But yeah, super good way to open up a round. Don't see a person and get a kill. Now the 3 swing in front of the Molotov at mid, and it looks like we've got a lot more mid presence as part of the strategy here for G2. A lot of teams are wondering what the potential or value is of taking mid. Let's see if G2 can show us what that value is.
Yeah, they are very much all in on it. They have no presence over on A. Just making sure nobody flanks the depths of Forklift. Nexus floating around just beneath them, and Hunter here too. So they'll sit and they will wait, and they've burned the time down to 40 seconds. We saw them doing this on Dust 2 even. Those late splits in the final 20 seconds.
They hold this position. They rock it back now, back down the ladder into the spawn, looking to make a move on the A site.
I mean, we talk about the sound playing a key piece of Vertigo. You can hear everything from everywhere. So when you boil it down to 30 seconds and then decide to move almost everyone to the opposite side of the map, I mean, they have to walk this entire way. They are playing a dangerous game. Lady Luck may show her face here. 8 seconds left over. JKS could try to commit to something on the A side if he wants to stop that plant.
No Molotov.
I don't think they have it.
They can't even plant the bomb. Oh my God. That's a little bit ugly. Obviously, you know what? I was going to say, even though this is coming down to the wire, they walk all the way, they got the rotates they wanted to. They had JKS in a rotator spot holding the A side alone. They have someone at mid. They've established mid control. All 3 other players are on the left side of that mid control, so they're so far away from being able to trade. If they just kill JKS, they get it. But not even enough time to plant on your own clock as well.
Crazy part is it's not like JKS goes in and pulls like what we saw from NAF last week, which is the wall bang through. Like there was still timing for that bomb plant to maybe sprint a little. All right, that is an awkward way to give away a 3rd round, especially when it's not like 100 Thieves even had to work for it. They literally just sat back in spawn and allowed G2 to offer over the round.
Interesting that, you know, they spent all their money here because they saved all their guns. They just basically made nothing off of that. They're going to move fast on the entry. MP9 gets taken out. Both players on the B site gets taken out. So all of a sudden, it matters a whole lot less. Let's see if they can get some constellation frags. Maybe even pull this back. We've got a 3v4 situation. Molotov to push a player out of position. And it has been difficult for teams to win in the post plant.
Jacob
on B.
Within green, just trying to play around these corners, and the flashbangs are going to allow for him to go for that reload. JKS near. Ooh, they've got 3 CTs for the retake, up close already, and they're starting to get their feet onto the bomb site itself. Low health for Jacob, and Amanek is going to have to work his way around this smoke. It's a quick bomb tap that elicits the spray down, so now they know exactly where he is. He's going to have to go for the reload, and the defuse has been snuck through. 100 Thieves with another robbery of a round.
3 to 4, and that bomb goes down. But we're just seeing it's such a huge problem for teams because of that separator smoke between the generator and the wall. It just allows these CTs to take a bunch of favorable angles. If they have a Molotov for default, if they can clear out the back of the site. Look at this. All these CTs are working on the exact same fight. It's much more difficult for the Ts to get anything done, especially if you're going to be out there in the middle. So sometimes those rounds can get a lot closer, but a lot of the times you're seeing if they've got the right protocols, you're winning the round on those retakes. We're going to have a T timeout called as they have to now think about what's happened. Maybe not so much strategy here and actually just T.
Yeah.
Some T.
All right, guys. First, remember, plant the bomb. Second, don't let them defuse the bomb.
Yeah, but it's more complicated than that, right? It's really difficult to. This is a huge problem right now on Vertigo. Is teams can't figure out how to win post plants on B.
Yep.
It's an issue. It was Liquid when they tried it for an entire map versus Astralis. It was part of their strategy coming into the map. By the end of the map, they were going A every single round in a row. So I don't know if G2 are going to try that again or what the case is, or if people are just having more success in practice than they are live.
A weird one, but alas, it leaves us here. G2 favored on the Betway live odds. Obviously, map advantage is going to favor them well. Their map choice of Dust 2 getting picked up in quite a close fashion. And these teams had a record on Dust 2 split down the middle, so G2 now edges that 2-1.
Pushing up for the B hit once again. You can see, they've got no one else on A. They're going to commit to this at some point. Minute 20, and they're already in position. Smokes will come flying over. 2-1-2 setup. Aggression down the A ramp, so they're pretty confident that is 100 Thieves that it's going to be B.
Well,
we'll see how it plays out.
See how they're able to handle this. Good pop flash off at the side. Liaz able to get one player removed from the hit. Azza inside of the smoke could wrap back around these Ts. Oh my god, they're all still all over this site. Here comes Azza in from close proximity, dropping a second player and a clean sweep in the retake. Dude, I love that. They're not forcing the issues. They're not standing in the open. They're literally smoke camping, letting G2 try to play their post plants, making them think that it's all clear, and then popping out and sealing the deal. A 5th round.
We'll see how many times Azza can try to pull that off. I think they're very lucky to find that G2 just moved directly into their execute at the beginning of the round, because 100 Thieves won that last round. They got utility advantage, so they're very happy to play calm.
Sure.
It's G2 who are taking a risk by coming in so early, especially considering that last round. They baited out way more utility. They brought it down to the wire, put the bomb down, even had a man advantage and still lost. You would think like G2 might try to work the map a little bit more like they did. Did such a good job at mid, actually. You wonder why they won't try to, why they haven't, or why they may not in the future try to condition 100 Thieves into wasting some of their nades at middle, at the beginning at least. But now we're moving into what could potentially be, well, they start off on fire, 5 in a row. They've begged the op out of Kenny. Everybody's bought down a 0 from G2. And they've had a couple of rounds that are just really sad to think about, but they got to forget about as well.
Got to move along. It is only 5-0. Ooh, JKS fears not a man on the other side. Spam shots, actually. Look how close that is to hitting the mark. But 100 Thieves ready to go for this. Gonna try and get their eyes down range. They've got to be cautious. There are bodies on both sides. But this gunfight could be a tough one. Flash misses the mark. Gratisfaction misses the shot. JKS still playing off of the short shelf. Could go for the peak. And he does. Dance with death.
Yeah. They're winning the positioning battle here. Jacob going for the spam. Oh, doesn't go. But Kenny S does.
Nails the first one. God, that was tense, man. Consider we had like 6, 7 players all incrementally getting closer and closer. But the only shot that really hits the mark is Kenny. Jax is low, but so be it. Still, CT's not shying away from this, not looking to fade into the bomb site. All G2 have had to do is wait. Nexa gonna put down 2 players. Azur only able to manage 1, and Liaz is nowhere to be found.
Monster.
So G2 has to win this round.
Yeah, it's a monster entry here from Nexa. And just as you're saying, no matter how unfortunate G2 have been so far, there's no way they can drop this one. Liaz will be stuck back in the site, but it's kind of okay. I mean, if I'm 100 Thieves, I'm very happy with how this half has gone so far. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to win this next round, you'd think, just based on the money. Actually, yeah, no, they'll put together a buy. And G2, on the other hand, they've got one thing that works, and it came from 3 amazing entries on the A side. So still, not a lot of game tape for G2 to look back on and think, let's try that again. Yeah,
there's also a world where, as opposed to 100 Thieves moving their pieces forward, being caught, as you can see on the mini-map, so closely together there, they could have waited onto the bomb site. Could have forced the execution, could have tried to play like we saw in the post plant on the B site just 1 round prior. I mean, I don't even know if you call that a retake if the CTs never leave the site.
Mm-hmm. That's tough, yeah. Semantics on that one. I'll get a second opinion. These are such good entries. But again, yeah, and 100 Thieves are there fighting on the A ramp, flashing for the retake, trying to push off of it. G2 are ready the whole time. So that's kind of good. I mean, at least they got the fights they wanted to take. What's going to be the new approach for 100 Thieves is going to be A again. Definitely have a feeling we're going to see a lot more action at A after those couple of rounds that we saw at B this half so far.
Seem to have an inkling as to all these players here early. Oh, wow, Gratisfaction. This man is dangerous.
What? Was that through the sandbag? Kenny found that. Of course, the pixel peek and he'll nail it.
Oh my God. And he's going to have himself a second chance. I mean, Gratisfaction's on the cusp of death here. But I love that he's not shying away from this. He's not scared. He knows his head is undercover. Either of these ops could blow right through it. Millimeters.
So tense, man.
There it is. He does wait around long enough to drop a body. 4v4. But again, it's just the intensity of these standoffs at A.
And Gratisfaction will move into a new spot. Incognito mode, walking the entire time. Kenny flashes himself into that position, and will have to move off the angle now, so the CT Hopper wins the duel finally.
Yeah, that's a good underhanded flash just to take back some real estate. And Gratisfaction decides not to shy away from this. He's going to play close on the fire, 30 seconds for G2, and they are working off a man disadvantage. They've got the utility to make this execute happen, but the longer they wait, the more Thieves that end up showing up to the show. Here we go. Smoke up and over, but dealing with 2 players inside of short, this could be a catastrophe for the T's. Sure, 1 Molotov flushes JKS into the open. That's something, but they need these short kills, and they will come up empty-handed. A rock-solid hold by Gratisfaction.
Let's talk about Gratisfaction, man. That's beautiful stuff from him. Positionally, like, one thing I love is that even as his teammate dies basically in his arms, right beside him here at the sandbags, you have Kenny lurking around this box. Gratisfaction is relatively out in the open, but doesn't fall completely off of his position. He's not scared of Kenny that whole time. You have to appreciate kind of the gravitas of that positioning and the fact that he's just going to help his teammates because otherwise they're going to lose. Gets the kill on the A ramp, gets the 2 falling back, and he also takes out Kenny all alone. He is more than invaluable at this point now for their A holds, and he's been really good at being aggressive too, which you think is supposed to be a lot more volatile of a spot for the CTs to be in. Look at this again. He's just audaciously peeking at A-Ram, not scared of Kenny whatsoever. This time it looks like, whoa, he's very close. Oh my God! The reaction of that to hit him off the side of the sandbags once again in flux.
And he sees another one. He's not going to be able to deal with JKS just yet. He's honed in on it, takes a shot to the head. JKS has this minimal position, so he had nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He dies to the op of Kenny S. A second pickup from the sniper of G2 already, but Jacob's playing games.
It doesn't look like they're even going to molly him out, but yeah, they're not spotting him right now. Nexa's got a nade out.
Can we just take a moment to feel for Liaz? He's been at this B site 3 rounds in a row and hasn't seen a thing.
He looks like a guy who just likes reading books and hanging out by himself anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's just chilling in the B site, appreciates the solitude.
This is his ideal game of Counter-Strike, perhaps. But here it goes. They've got the double smoke past the bomb site. Still, nobody's actually cleared sandbags until now. Kenny.
Dude, Kenny.
Cerebral. Well played by him, but still, there's a challenge at the A site. Getting that bomb down. They've done it. CT's just on the other side, and Liaz picking up a kill through smoke. That's going to be great. However, do they go one further? Follow-up utility here as the belts of G2 run deep. Now out of nades. Just that single flash, and they're gone. They're going to go ahead and retreat. That's G2 Esports slowly but surely inching their way into that A site 2 rounds in a row. You
want to learn how to work the A ramp, you got to look at Kenny here. Even Gratisfaction that previous round, so much data and just like how to play against your opponents, especially if they're opping.
Yeah.
But then Kenny catching him off guard as he's crossing back from the sandbags to the A site. Through that same corner of the sandbag, just an amazing reaction speed. I'd like to get the calculation on that because it didn't seem like he stopped at all. He was just trying to bait a shot out if possible and just nailed this. Oh my God, yeah.
See, Gratisfaction makes that slight error, right?
He
moves forward. As long as you stay as far back as possible, sandbags will cover you at all times. But Kenny S just sniffing him out. Hounds him down.
No, you didn't know he got a clue as the drop-in came. Yeah,
you see the frustration from both the players.
JKM seemed a little bit unaware of how much he was exposing himself, though. So not sure what happened there, but yeah. From there on, as well, Kenny goes to make it a multi-frag round. All important positional kills. Moving on to the A side.
You know, I said it when this series started. I wanted Gratisfaction versus Kenny S. And right now, that's what we're getting at this A site. So, I'd love to keep it rolling. But unfortunately for 100 Thieves, they're going to have to go ahead and take one on the chin, Mohan. They don't have much to play with here.
But potentially, yeah. I mean, take one on the chin in the sense they lose. So they're still going to buy, but yeah, they're not going to get everything they want.
Yeah, it's looking light.
Yeah, we'll see what JKS wants to grab. And yeah, Gratisfaction with a scout, it's something. What's interesting, though, is with the rounds that we've seen so far, it looks like Gratisfaction could potentially still have like a huge impact if they play the A ramp the same way. You know, I'm kind of turned off by the fact that we're seeing so much of this A ramp back and forth from both sides already, and it seems like they both know what each other are doing. There's not much outplaying in a more macro tactical aspect from both teams. It's mostly relying on their operas to win their duels, to get these individual duels slightly in their favor on the A ramp, but everybody knows that the party's on the A ramp.
We got to fix a coach mic. 6-man of any good team. I already see players unpausing, so it's just a matter of here we go.
Okay, we're back into it already. That's good. Quick fix. Anti-cheat is on. We are locked up. 10 seconds to go before we start the round, and JKS decided it was deagle time. He's going to go ahead and pick that up along with a little bit of utility. This round has bled down. I'm not sure how much of a factor the utility has been, as long as you have a couple of important grenades left over for the executes.
Gratisfaction has no armor, but he has $1,000. And he's immediately going to get pressured off of this A ramp. Nice grenade. Damn, half of Jack's health gone. That's going to open up the scout for an early 5v4. As long as he hits the shot, aim punch could be such a brutal factor for Gratisfaction. 9 out of 10 players over here on this A site. Kenny S is going to be given a chance to walk forward with the scope already in. Killing an assist from Nexa. That's a great start, but here comes Azza trying to line up more than just the one. JKS down 2. And once again, it's G2 forcing through the defense at the A site.
Dude, Nexa knows everything about the A sites in terms of getting these trades. He's been so super sharp. Him and Kenny are a great tag team. They are working this beautifully, and as he pointed out, you know, they took a little bit of a knock there. There's 100 Thieves with the amount of stuff they could buy. They would call it themselves probably something of a full buy. But they also hedged their bets with that save. So, I mean, maybe with $1,000 saved on Gratisfaction. So potentially still thinking about the future, but looking at that as an opportunity to like completely swing back the momentum. Like if they were able to pick that up, then, you know, then G2 might have been saving. So.
Yep. Ooh, Amanek got to be cautious because it almost costs Jax. Again, Jax is going to start a round with just 50 HP.
One thing I do like is that, you know, with all the A stuff going on, if it is 100 Thieves to make an adjustment to think, what else can I do? Oh, that's a nice boost. Maybe they go to mid, and G2 already have like really good mid protocols, and then they could potentially keep that going. So I guess as long as A site works out for them, it could potentially get rougher for 100.
Splattered. Here's Liaz back in with the P250. He's going to try to just tuck himself away. Hope it goes unnoticed. And he does drop the bomb carrier. JKS with a pistol kill, 2 at a distance.
Wait a second.
Where has this come from? Oh, baby, there's a chance. Ooh, but Amanek's had enough. He's going to take down 2 of the 3. Here comes Jacob out of the smoke and almost able to push it to the 1v1. An excellent round coming out of 100 Thieves considering their minimal investment. The boost was nice. The P250's on point. Mwah.
Wow. Yeah, and Amanek saves the day for sure. So great boost, a couple of cool, interesting tactics to pull it back. Nice long-range shots here from a few players, mostly from high ground. Buy-in here as Gratisfaction spends everything, so he did the math perfectly. He's got enough for the op, a couple of nades, his armor as well, and everybody else has pretty good nades as well. No Incendiary, though. Gratisfaction going to fall off as a couple of flashes come his way. Could have been a good move from the T as they posture up now to attack the A site in a very similar fashion.
Actually, Gratisfaction doesn't have his armor.
CT is looking a lot more timid. Oh, he doesn't? Okay.
No, aim punch could be, again, an issue. Last time he died so fast it didn't really matter, but at least this time it's not just a scout. You know? I feel like op, unarmored,
it's
still a hell of a beast.
It's only the nades you have to worry about, so if you don't play those positions, then it's no big deal. You know, if you miss and get sprayed down by an AK, you're dead no matter what.
Seems we're going back to the B site. Liaz, ready to play.
Yeah. Well, this is like a better spot because, you know, it's versus a force buy. They have them so scared of A that they've got 4 players there.
Yeah.
One of the op is going to be retaking.
He can't let his guard down at all. I mean, again, he's been left to his own devices on this site for so long now, but it is very much a commitment coming in from the T's. They have to contemplate bursting through that smoke. They clear him close, and then down goes the second as a empty-handed. It is a clean sweep of the B site. They're actually able to clear out those corners, unlike last time when that came back to bite them.
I think 100 Thieves felt a little bit of pressure there to try to end the round fast. Yeah, moving in, not allowing the plant to go down, wanting to help out Liaz while they had the opportunity. But the rotates were late. They didn't have any incendiaries, which is key to those retakes. And no way to push the guy off the back of default. So potentially some great calling here from G2. Just working off of their information. Next to playing the brain game.
Big old brain game. And also, still playing very well. His entries have been huge. He's on the top of the scoreboard for a 2nd map in a row.
Right.
So.
And they're converting a lot of the 5v4s. Not all of them.
Doing work, man.
Wow. I love his ascending nices.
Yeah. It's almost, it's musical. Meanwhile, Kenny S still making the off sing. And Jax, that's confirmation bias. You know, you get that wallbang kill one time, and he's going to do it for the next 40 rounds of his life.
Yeah, why not? It's if they can't stand in that wall, you just let them know every single time. If you're foolish enough to play here, get the kill, once, twice? If that's a round, then it's worth it. Especially in this early portion of the round, first 10, 20 seconds. G2 working it slow, and you got to think the breadth of their strategy is going to go up to this. Same turn of the corner here by the sandbags. Up onto the site. And now they're playing games at mid. Azar, what's he waiting for? Will a flash come over for him, or is he just going to try to take this as soon as somebody makes noise? Yeah, he comes out for the peek. And Amanek cannot protect Jax. He did not want to fight. He was going to fall back.
Ooh, oh, sorry, bro. I was blinded.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, that's when
you threw like 6 flashes at me. I couldn't do anything.
Make a quick excuse and move along, but ooh, Jacob popped on the. Ooh, Hunter just going one after another.
That's kind of been how it's been, right? Like before you know it, first entry turns into 2.
Yeah.
One player does most of the work.
And those bomb sites slip quickly from their fingertips. Here's Hunter, chance at another frag, and he will do exactly that. So making quick work of the pistol rounds and tying things up at 6.
Yeah, G2 on fire, 6-6, and their T side just looks really nice now.
This is near mirrored image of the second half of Dust 2, where we had 100 Thieves starting off so strong that it looked like they might sweep it, only to lose that momentum and then some. But luckily they are back in with another bye, and they've got that op on Gratisfaction.
Much more incendiaries can make the difference. What is the adjustment that 100 Thieves need to make? We've got some presence in mid. Again, Azure has been great at turns on CT side in terms of moving around, being of assistance to both his A and B players. Bomb here. Is that dropped inside of lower potentially as they work things? Not sure, but they'll jump over. New lane of attack into B. Let's see if they can make use of mid here. Boost onto the site. Liaz, does he have another thing coming? It looks like he's might be inching into the crosshairs of Kenny S. He is so damn close. There's an opportunity here.
Oh my god.
Earned by gaining mid. And there it is. Oh. But he doesn't hit it, and he gets spotted. He has to give that up.
Liaz will not peek that again.
It's lucky stars.
An early warning. Obviously, that's going to call that the open mid play could come back to bite them. JKS looking to just lock this down from CT spawn, but he's also giving away a little bit of movement here for G2, trying to maybe corral them into a false sense of hope. Look, now they're going to start rounding that corner, and he could re-peek right into this. He's got to be worried about that new door. But, oh, damn. He could now come back into what is the setup. G2 gonna try to pull the trigger on this quick B crunch. Liaz from both directions gonna feel pressured, and he swings wide. Stops it from the spawn, but Nexa's on site with the bomb down already. A frag grenade, negligible damage. He gets his gun back up, peeks in, and he's got the smokes to play around with. Ooh, there's the first one. Good headshot, Gratisfaction falls. That's a sound cue, but his attention's so
Drop
turned.
the peek, there it is.
He's ready for him, but cannot stop the op of the Aussies. 100 Thieves put out the flames of G2, and they are back on the board.
Finally,
Only 2 survivors, but damn, that round was dirty.
That's true. They move off of a win. So lots of money here for G2. This is where things get really interesting. You wonder what G2's mind is on right now. They want to go back to what they work with. They want to try that B exec one more time. The thing is that 100 Thieves, even though they won that round, they're going to try to buy up a lot of utility. They had majority dead. So they won't be able to afford, I think, full utility on every single player, which I think is going to make the difference. Though they do have, no, they actually have put together. They picked up a Molotov. They bought 2 incendiaries. They have lots of HEs to work with. That makes me very scary. And once again, it looks like the default here is towards A. Yeah, 100 jumping up fast. Could get off, but no, not just yet. Flashes come out. But these initial flashes have come out before, and they've waited.
This is kind of where all the French success began on this T side. Was Kenny cracking open the A site. Let's see what's in store. Gratisfaction standing on the top rope. Looking to elbow bomb anybody that walks around ramp. But man, it's almost uncanny. This position from G2, it makes me anxious. It's so far forward that you don't really have eyes on flank.
It is unnerving.
But you're not so far around these corners that you're ready to take these duels. Still, JKS, he comes into it. Oh, ruins their setup side by side with Jacob. See, CTs, they push into a spot where the Ts have no cover, but these last 2 players try to bounce back, shut down by the flank.
Wow.
And that's what I'm talking about. It's a very anxious positions. If the counter-terrorists decide to push you, you have no cover. If you get hard flanked, you're done.
Yeah, and Nexa was it was just a can opener, right? When they came around the corner, he was able to isolate 3 trades, break their heads wide open, come around the A ramp onto the A site, but they can't call based on that, I guess. So it seemed like G2 won of those fights to begin with. On that round, I mean, it changes the thought a little bit. Is that exactly how they thought it'd go? Was there something wrong there about the communication that allowed them to eat those flashes when in the past they didn't? These are questions we have, and it looks like G2 think that they could definitely do that or win a round like that in the future. So they're going to go right back to it and try it again.
Ooh, missed off shot. There
Jacob. It is. Nexa gets 2, and potentially 3. The trade is even better.
4v2 still. There's a chance. Liaz is going to scurry over as quick as he can. He's still wary of a flank, but I mean, G2 have just been so all in on this A play. Let's rewind one round. They're in the exact same position.
Yeah, they're in the same position. So that they believe that on that last round, something went wrong that they weren't planning for, something they didn't expect. Maybe they're happy again for 100 Thieves to try to get aggro down that ramp. 2 players here left over on what is the last round of the half. They're going to move in. JKS, monster on the pistol round. Not so much right here. Liaz looking for the spray down. 2 players up, but he can't get away, and that's round 1 for G2.
Yeah, he tries to get a grenade off in time, but down he goes. A final attempt from the Aussies. Snub.
Their shortcomings on that half, and I'd like to see what 100 Thieves' plan is and if it pans out a little bit better. Looks like A to begin things.
Yeah, very quickly. Already going to be trying to challenge Hunter off of the short shelf. He has support now in position. Jax coming in from behind to try and hold the line, but they've lost short. Ooh, Liaz tries to trudge into the bomb site, and that's going to cost him. 2 versus 4 still for 100 Thieves. And I'm curious to see if they play the kills before the bomb. Azo wants that money. And all of a sudden, they're going to get flushed out. It's a rapid push in from the counter-terrorist, looking to retake by storm.
Kenny, man. I love Kenny right now. He is so nice with it. All his kills have been so impressive, and it's like on pistols, on ops, all these pixel peak angles where he's winning duels. He seems very like hyper-focused, like ready to react. And obviously hitting flicks too. That's a beautiful pistol round.
Yeah, and when I talked to him yesterday, I mean, that's what really he had to say in the interview. That's all he really had to say, was that he had taken the time off, he feels fresh, he believes in this face of G2, and he wanted to kick off the year running. Well, this man's sprinting into bomb sites on the retake, popping heads all over, and getting this score tied at 8 apiece. It's wild to think 100 Thieves, they had an 8-7 lead, but they lost the opening duels 5-10 in that first half. So constantly playing off the back foot, just like they will here in round 17. 2 Kriegs, 3 Deegs, and a nice bit of utility.
Yeah, the solid plant to help the buy get a step up. They're going to go ahead with all this utility and attempt an A hit. I think they have a very good chance of getting through here with a couple of kills, unless Amanek has something to say about it. He's got the UMP, looking for so much damage. He finds a bunch of it. He's actually got 2 players down to the point where they just get peppered off easily. It's just Azur and Liaz who have to move up. They'll both be able to pick up Kriegs, which is nice, but it's a 2-on-4 situation, so yeah, that's not so nice.
Az is also not working with armor, so I feel like a bit more of this falls onto Liaz. He's been the last man standing in so many a situation, but at least the A site's pretty much been given over. All this free real estate for them to get closer.
Kenny just got boosted, in the back of the site to see over top of default. Let's see this angle.
Ooh, could very well catch them off guard. This is M4 versus Krieg, but element of surprise, no problem. Here comes Liaz with some kind of an answer. Now, he could molly off Kenny from getting into the bomb site, just try to get that bomb down if needed, but he's left it behind. So he's looking to play kills at the 30-second mark, and he'll do that. Cuts it down to the 1v2. Could predict the flank.
He knows that someone's here for sure.
Yep.
That guy's not going to show his face, though. He's a sneaky mouse. He's going to allow for this plant to come down. It's a 2-on-1. Doesn't want to blow it. But Jax shows himself.
Ooh, dangerous. He's going to tap that bomb. 10 seconds left over. Now that flank's very much activating. Another kill from Liaz.
He's just got to assume.
From a 1v3 to the 1v1, it's going to take a headshot. Nexa already up around the ramp. He's seen him, and all he has to do is connect. But it's Nexa again and again. He is so on point in this series. G2 take a lead.
You have got to love it. But I also appreciate, Liaz was lagging behind in terms of his performances. He dropped off a lot, but he really appears to be extremely smart in the 1v1s and in the clutches in general. It's good to see he's picked up a couple of them. It's good to see he's last alive in some of these situations because he always finds a way to make it closer competitive and at the very least gets a lot of damage off on the other team. It's sad, obviously, to see him lose around like that, but you think, G2 are going to win that 9 times out of 10. The rate G2 up around and up a map. Very close now to potentially just closing this out 2-0. I think you, as well as I, can see a world where that absolutely happens.
Liaz buys back in. All right. Yeah. Solo Krieg.
He just had, I guess, a little bit more money than everyone else. Or, yeah. Maybe somebody else did. Grav's Faction has enough to buy up in a bit, so it's okay to have. Like, we know Vertigo, there's lots, it's like kind of like Nuke in the sense that there's very valid spots to have shotguns, to have SMGs. So if that's part of their buy, that'd be totally normal.
But this is a tough pill to swallow. I mean, they come in with Liaz ready to rock that Krieg. He's down to 49 HP instantly, and instead it swaps hands to Aza. Now, he does still have armor at least.
Yeah, that's something.
And he is most certainly capable. But he's going to lead the charge here. He's taking that forefront. Look at this sneaky position just next to the crane.
No, we've definitely got fresh stuff here from G2 in terms of how they're playing it. Again, the flash to trigger things. He's going to go off, get a kill, spot 2, fall back. They don't even see him.
Nope, and he's ready for more. Liaz pops his head up, now relegated to one of these pistols. It's Gratisfaction who's going to have a chance with a bigger gun.
Okay.
My, oh my, 4 kills and money, baby.
You shall not cross.
Amanek
picks a spot on the ramp and wipes it clean. That's so nice. So much money, too, involved in those kills.
So ready off the flashes. Just milking it. You lined up, you got wrecked, and now you're buying back in with everything they have. 100 Thieves down by 2, trailing. As G2 have gotten themselves onto the double digits first, here comes Hunter, and it's gonna cost them. Jacob, first bit of success here. Kenny off of the side of boxes, denied by Aza, and Amanek, well, he succeeded last round. Can he line them up again? Seems not. We've got 100 Thieves with a 4v2.
Things not so hot this time around as they attempt the same strategy, but it's actually 100 Thieves to bring the tempo one step higher. Now they've got mid control to work with. Bomb actually pulling its way back. Jack's running through the fire, realizing the importance of the rotation at this moment in the 2v4 to take a risk, but the risk does not pay off, and in fact, him and his teammate will both die in basically quick succession. Glock to the head of Nexa, and that's round 1 for 100 Thieves to pull it back. All it needed was a little bit of extra juice.
A little pizzazz. They threw it at that A site and then immediately sprinted back. I got to give props. DJ actually showed us JKS perspective. 2 rounds ago when we had that lineup from Amanek, right? JKS was just creepy crawling outside of the B bomb site. And, you know, information, name of the game sometimes on Vertigo. And you saw how adamantly and quickly they were able to move that bomb over to the opposite side of the map. It paid off. JKS, again, ensuring that his team have an alternative route, that they don't have to smash their heads against this A wall over and over. Kind of like what G2 did. You know, they didn't succeed at B, so they kept trying at what worked. It got them here, still holding on to a 1-round lead, but keep your eyes on Hunter. He is close smoke on short.
Yeah. He wants to push. I don't know if they'll expect this. Interesting, smoke can help him out a little bit. Jacob will spam into it and catch him falling back. Kenny left alone on the A site. Well, Amanek's a bit farther away. Jacob picks up the pieces, Kenny's body as well, and let me drop the fire behind just to make sure he couldn't leave.
It's just cutting him down at the knees.
Yeah. Good anti-eco so far.
Yeah. Doing a really good job of just slipping into the side of this A site. They've left bomb behind. Don't need any unnecessary losses. Counter-strike, counter-terrorists.
Counter-strike.
Counter-strike.
Always weird to hear that.
You ever heard it? Heard of that game?
I heard it. It's a pretty good game, yeah.
I think it's all the rage.
And we've got the that way Oz flying in, 1.33 there.
For G2?
For G2, just slightly in the lead on this map. Once again, well, this one, it's going to be tied up. Both are going to hit double digits, and then we'll find out what happens. In terms of game plan right now, Connor, who do you like more? Like, what do you, from what you're seeing? We haven't seen the full...
The full spectrum.
Yeah, we haven't seen the full spectrum, full buy versus full buy, 100 Thieves on this T side so far, but I feel like I really like what we're seeing from G2. I have a lot of faith in their first map, and then also what we've seen in the first half. Even though it was tight, right? Even though it was 8-7.
Absolutely. I'm curious to see at what point, if needed, 100 Thieves are able to kind of change direction over towards that B site. We've been talking about it. Vertigo, just as a map, is a bit awkward on that side. You know, the post plants particularly seem to be a struggle. So, seeing as they are one of these teams who have decided to pick this map, I would like to see their style and their hands playing at it. But that is not a problem just yet.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Thank you.
Since they picked it, I like that point. Since they picked it, you know, maybe they're one of the teams that have worked on that specific part of the map more than anyone else.
That smoke's been consistent. Constantly throwing that one out early. See where it lands. They're on short. Woo, that is molly damage, baby. And Kenny S.
Wait.
How has he managed that?
Didn't seem like his angle was that deep to be able to pull that off. Imanek having to spray. Gratisfaction doing his best Nexa impression up the A ramp. Double entry here to open things up, and it leaves one player alone. Hunter, not just any player. Hunter here on the A side. Teammate coming in slightly behind him.
Did have the highest blast score of anybody in this server before the match. So let's see if he's tested. But again, 100 Thieves, they can decide to head elsewhere if they want. The option's there. JKS worked up the B stairs, saw nothing, and has decided to come back over to his comrades. So shoulder to shoulder, it is an all-in at A. You can see that big flank working its way around T-spawn, but for the time being, it is just going to be Hunter at bat. Smoke starting to move past, and he is able to retract himself enough to come back in by surprise and kill Azza. That's the 3v3.
Yeah, highlights the positioning there. That was great. Pulls off, gets a kill, falls back.
Another smoke up. Ooh, then that flank comes into play. Jax able to snap back JKS. Takes the man advantage into the hands of G2. The retake meant to get rolling, but Liaz has other ideas. He's cleared one of the two players on the bomb site, and low HP for Jax puts him into a very awkward spot. Oh, the HP is so low, it's gonna take one bullet, and it connects. Liaz back turned, Hunter drops him down, and G2 back in the lead.
Getting the plant down, step one, getting the kill, step two. That was something that was the puzzle, the piece of the puzzle that G2 were able to figure out on A. Once they got the bomb down, they definitely had it. Wow, that comes down to the wire. G2 win the round. They take the lead as well. And this is where it gets scary for 100 Thieves. This is one of those establishing shot rounds where we look at how good their bread and butter is going to be. That's an interesting way to get that kill. For some reason, we didn't see 100 Thieves get that as quickly versus G2. And I wonder if that's because it was G2 to be a lot more careful about when they turn that corner. They made sure to hold up specific positions on the ramp, clear the sandbags guy, get the operas to get flashed off, and then look to wrap J-Hall. And in this round, no, that's a free kill. That's a shot in the back. That should not happen.
Hello, here we go. Kenny, not sleeping, sprints in for the pick. Feels a bit pressured, doesn't like it. Smoke in his face, dirt in his eyes. So he retreats ever so slightly. That is really good wallbang damage. Jacob down to 17. They're posturing up here, puffing their chests, trying to make more noise. Oh man, they are not winning this early spam fight.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. G2, they know that they're spamming with a purpose. They know all these angles, but they don't know how much it's actually done. Hunter, it's one of those kills, doesn't matter. Kenny S right for the headshot with the AEWP and will move in for a second kill. Gratisfaction back turned here, but behind a wall as well. We'll see the wall bang come out. We know Kenny S, when he gets bored, he's going to shoot at stuff. Ooh. That's a flick up, but Azur manages to come out ahead 4-4, and they're inching a little bit closer, but the bomb is still very far back, and B is stistill wide open.
30 seconds, and Amanak, that close position's going to get cleared. We'd seen him succeed from there. Now Nexa over on the opposite side. Rapid headshot versus JKS. 2 members of 100 Thieves left over. Still no bomb control. Yeah. 20 seconds. Where is that
Not
thing?
even time to win. They can't even get the bomb.
They need all the
G2
frags.
do is
that's what they need.
Stay alive.
2 more kills. Oh man, all Hunter has to do is hide.
CTs don't realize this though. I mean, they're not going to throw themselves at the fight, it looks like. Hunter, now that he's scared, he's going to fall back. But yeah, that's it. I mean, objective-based game, right? You can try to get the kills, but it all revolves around the bomb. G2 will win another round and take it to 12 to 10, excuse me. One step closer to taking this series 2-0.
I mean, we saw G2 fumble around because of bomb. And now that's been swung back the other way. Yeah. So an anomaly on each side.
Yeah, that made it look like they were so nervous and shaky in the first half, but that was the only round they really messed up that badly. But it's 100 Thieves who can't afford that now. They can't afford that at the moment. Very healthy buy here from both sides. Still the Falmus and the UMP, but for G2, but that's really no big deal. I think for the most part, they're taking control of the situation, which is the thing to understand. How does Kenny even come up with that kill, man?
Wild. There's Jacob, at least early answer. Now that he's not sent to low HP early on. Poor Aminex trying to play on the forefront of this bomb site, but the frontier's wild out here.
Oh, Kenny again. He's just twiddling his thumbs, looking for something to do.
He's using the sniper like a shotgun, swinging it up close. Ooh, a leg shot. But it's enough to have JKS scurry back there. 15 health, would have fallen to the USB. Another great flash, an attempt to on the spray down, but just one frag. And Jax, he knows he's susceptible to the peak, so he too retreats just a bit behind the wall.
Huge on the counter utility. It's 3-3, but it really looks like, you know, G2 have got things under control. The push up again, but the flash is no good. Goes a bit too high. Easy to dodge there for Azur. More pressure now on Kenny as he moves in to the execute itself. From the smoke. Can't turn around and take Azur out on the A ramp.
Oh, grenade.
That's a bomb plant denied at the very least. 37 seconds, though.
A little start to the 1 versus 3. A little bit of damage versus Liaz is going to be enough to drop him. He sees the player further back on ramp, knows that wouldn't have been the planter. Here's the retreat down short, so he has a good idea as to where both of these players are. Does he fancy his chances? He's been smoked off.
Try to push him into a lurk.
Bomb's halfway gone. Liaz, audacious play here. He's decided to come back over to the left. That's what's going to catch Nexa by surprise. Really smooth moves there. He went back short and then inside of that follow-up smoke, swap back over.
Yeah, I like how you described that audacious play. You know, it's one where it just has to do with the psychology of the situation. Nexa's trying to get him to push through the smoke. He comes back. Liaz takes that as a way to just kind of get to a brand new spot.
Fire in the hole.
Yeah. Nicely done. Nice attempt in the 1v2, but very nicely handled for 100 Thieves. 11-12 as we really round out this game. Round 24, timeout called for the CTs. G2 going to talk about the economy a little bit. I'm going to have a conversation about the money, okay? No one's really putting food on the table for this round.
It's just dried up baguette and half a bottle of wine.
Yeah, a couple of breadcrumbs. They've got...
a bowl of heavy cream.
It's very cool, very modern. They've got no money left over.
Nope.
Kenny S can maybe buy pistol, but I don't think he's going to. So what's the eco strategy? I haven't seen them faced with this predicament in a long time. What can the CTs do here that'll be interesting?
You know, it's a 6 strat. This is the Henry G special.
All right, let's hear it.
I've played a Vertigo pug or two with Henry G.
Okay.
And if you're ever on the CT side, you're in one of these weird half-buy situations. Now, it works best right after losing pistol, okay? The creme de la creme here is armor MP9s. All 5 players rush top mid.
Oh, armor MP9s.
Yes.
All 5.
All 5.
You guys win a lot? Or?
Well, that's not the important part.
Right, I'll forget about that.
You know, it's about the teamwork and the
Minor
camaraderie.
details. Okay.
But I do feel like you can at times catch players, especially T's, sitting in the first hallway of top mid. You know, we've seen a couple members sit back behind the let's say generator up here where all these wires connect, and that's a good spot to be if you're holding for the top mid push. But it also forgoes any top ladder control. So if anybody wants to make sure that pistols can't take top ladder,
the thing is, we're seeing it was like the first half that would have been nice for 100 Thieves to use because G2 were doing a lot of stuff at mid, like on their T side. It's just not as much of a focus for 100 Thieves. So. I mean, they could come out with a fast flank at worst, right? No one's going to be here to wait, so they're pushing through. B, they're doing the chaos drop. It's all USPs. The spray's here for JKS. He catches them off guard, and there's not going to be a player to die, I don't think.
Nope, just one. Just poor Jacob.
That deserved a golf clap.
Yeah, that was great.
I think so. It was just an anti-eco. Can't get too excited. But it is, at the very least, right now, numerically right now. I mean, every round is just so big. If you could pull the eco out, you'd be on for something interesting. Jax is so little money, man. They can't even buy on this round either.
All right. Well, this is where they, you know.
Wow, that was such a big swing, that 2v1 they were able to close out.
Props to them.
Wow. Okay.
They get to reap the rewards. Quick and easy last round.
I was just like, you taught me this.
Yeah, he doesn't know it quite is. Is this it? It must it's here. Clearly missing the mark. Monkey see, monkey do.
Well, I mean, that might be the strat. CT's here at mid for one of the first times. Yeah.
As is caught hopping. You know, it's not just USPs like in the last round, so you'd hope that 100 Thieves haven't been lulled into a false sense of security. They double back down to the base of ladder, grab their bomb, and start heading strong towards the A site. Why? Because Gratisfaction's already worked up short.
They're making a lot of noise, though. The rotates are out instantly.
They're running over. Now, they must know Gratisfaction could be close. Ooh, there's lots of bodies starting to pile up here, but there's most certainly an opening for a plant. It's a scary prospect when you hear these deagles rattling off, but he is going to get that bomb down. And once these smoke fades, should be easy pickings. That is a dangerous game, Jacob.
Yeah, for real.
But he's tucked in.
Tightrope walker over here.
Ooh, that's a big kill.
Wait a second.
Pop flash.
They're close.
Meant to keep anybody at bay, but Nexa not scared. He's going to move this one forward. Little bomb tap. That's going to reveal a position that's pretty easy to deal with. I mean, Jacob has nowhere to go, so JKS has to clutch this 1v4. He doesn't get the man off bomb, and they've managed it.
Yeah, get loud. That's insane. They were able to get close enough that they could pull off the defuse. 10 seconds to go, but it turns green. Amanek locks it down. That's 13 here for 100 Thieves. They had their economy broken. That was one of the easiest rounds so far to pull out. And you imagine that they win that on an A retake with pistols. This was so nicely played from Nexa and his team. I mean, here they bait Gratisfaction out with the fake the fake defuse and his teammate shooting.
That's rough,
Let's
man.
go!
That's,
and he comes out of the tall grass ready to spray. There's no chance there for Gratisfaction. Everybody,
I mean, that's
contributing a whole lot there.
That's a real kick in the koalas.
Yeah.
Is
that what you call them?
That's so rough. They made mincemeat of the USP play. Just Eagles to work with in the next. You saw them get a bit ambitious. Jacob's play as well, you know, like once the smoke was on bomb, you understand why he had to go for the spam, but he has a bit of a gimmick position. Rough spots. As G2 managed to hold on to a one-round lead, it seems like that's where they've been for the most part of this map. But here we go, bringing it back into the site once more. Hunter with the high ground. You gotta be careful if you're Liaz here. He is the solo bomb carrier. He closes that distance, and he punches in the digits.
Oh, he's lucky to see no grenades coming his way, but he can't actually escape that easily. Smoke goes down to his left, but he still can't move away safely, luckily. Cast the spell, and Harry's out of there.
Here we go. He's looking to float back into safety if he can find it. Azza's going to be coming in with this late lurk. There it is. Fire at the feet. They burn out the witch. Gratisfaction looking to switch back momentum. Azza's flank is down for the count, and he's seeing around. Oh, another.
That's it.
Jacob with a team kill.
Oh, my God.
That's going to sting. G2 not yet here with the win, but at least one round closer.
Joey, cue that up. Was that off the corner of a spray, or did he just kill like somebody who, was he beside an enemy at least, or?
Gratisfaction was inside of the smoke.
Yeah.
Just on the side of it.
Right.
This is the replay.
Okay.
So Jacob's behind him on ramp. This is the flank not going well. Jacob tries to kill Jax.
Oh, thank God for this rewind. Wow, production, baby. Yeah. He's a little bit in the way. Okay, so it's okay. I mean, he probably would have died anyway, but yeah, team kill doesn't help. 14-12, man. And we saw 100 Thieves after things went south. They decided to go light speed up the A ramp. So luckily they didn't do that this time. We have time to talk about it. Oof. Great aid there on Gratisfaction. Down to 56, near perfect.
He's got shrapnel in his mustache.
Might be a good look.
No, 14-12 isn't. But they will trudge along back to the B site. Nexa, ready and waiting. He definitely just saw something. Shoulder peeked it, drops the smoke, and retreats behind Big Green. Jack's at bat from mid.
Yeah,
Molotov, frag. Looking to do a good bit of utility damage. I mean, damn. Look at the HP here from 100 Thieves.
Highlighting mid control again. G2, part of their game plan, both sides. And it looks like it's going to be the reason that they win on this round. Nexa, oh my God, after they get that info, do some nade damage, comes through with a spam. However, it's still even strength. And the 100 Thieves are split up. Kenny S has made presence now on the B site. They got to be confused as to what the setup is here for G2.
They're not quite sure what the heck's going on. Here's Gratisfaction, just peeks in as Hunter comes off the angle. Now that could give him a good bit of timing. I mean, in Hunter's mind, he just checked this, and he is very concerned with what's been going on at the B bomb site. Smoke in his face, if he jumps up, Gratisfaction might catch him completely by surprise, but no, it's Azza with a good headshot. to keep them here even 3v3. Bombs down.
In the post plant, you know. I mean, oh, there's something.
Wow.
That's a slides off his teammate's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll see something. It won't be worth anything, though.
An electric slide 2-man boost. But the drive-by's a miss. Jacob, oh no, he is
poor
just
Jacob
stuck.
has to just sit there and die. Are you kidding me?
That's a bit awkward. Little small mistake is made. Azza, he's going to go down after just the first one. Gratisfaction trying to connect a headshot here. He's got 56 health to work with, and Jax is already on that bomb. He has to go for the peek. He has to stop it, and the mag goes dry, but I don't know if there's time. Yep, he's got it. Oh, a 15th for G2, down to the wire.
Dude, so smart. Just budgeting that ammo because he knew what he had to work with and couldn't come through the second headshot. Such a good attempt. 3 rounds the difference. G2 could potentially win this 2-0.
What is that from Jacob?
This is crazy. I mean, he's set in a couple positions there where it looked like he was kind of uncomfortable. It's like someone told him to stand there, but he didn't know what he was supposed to do.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like, someone was like, go fix that bookshelf. And he's like, I've only ever built IKEA furniture. You know, I don't know how to do this.
Poor guy. Cuts his own hand off.
Yeah, so he was exposed maybe not his favorite map. He got exposed in the sandbags with his back to Kenny S up the ramp for that early kill. There, he's jumped out onto the railing.
Yeah, right. No, that's like
a little bit unaware of exactly how much he's showing. Yeah,
and you could argue as well that when he was tucked into that closer position, well, he kind of jumped the gun on the spray down too. So like he played into the weakness of his spot. He was caught with just his rumpus sticking out a couple times.
I guess, you know, for him, it's like the indignation of falling and dying was not worth it. He was like, I can just be Metal Mario here behind the steel pillar and hopefully last long enough that my teammates can come out and help me.
He did survive an op shot and a couple deegs on the follow-up. But
it
got health.
It wasn't enough.
Nope. And here it is. Final attempt, perhaps, for the 100 Thieves. 3 map and match points. G2 looking to take their opponent's map choice. In our pregame interviews, every player predicted their opening match going 2-0. And that may be the case. Here we go. Hunter's got that opening kill. He's going to hear walking on the rafters. Nexa.
They're looking for a boost, but Nexa's smoke, I mean, could he get that information? They're making too much noise. He's going to push out. Yeah.
Ooh, but
try to take down the bottom of the totem.
Doesn't line it up right away. The spray just good for 1. Amonek's going to have a gun advantage over Liaz, just working with that MAC-10. And here's the big flank from Jax. He could be the nail in the coffin. He's going to decide to pull this off. Clears Jacob, who's not watching flank. Down now, 2 quick kills. And G2 have picked up this second map, victorious on Vertigo, Mohan. Who would have thought?